Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video is a review on Wings of Ebony by Elle. This was the Introverted Reader book club pick for the month of January. It went up against Girl King by Catherine Doyle, and we did end up in a tie with the two of them, but this one has been on my TBR longer, so I just went with this one. So yes, Wings of Ebony, and I'm really happy with myself that I finally got around to reading it, because when was this published? Yeah, for I think it's saying I'm seeing 2021, but I don't know why I feel like it came out sooner. But anyway, so I've had this for a while and I'm really happy with myself that I finally read it. So what's it about? It is about our main character called Rue, and she lives in a community called the East Row with her mom and her younger sister Tasha. And she loves where she lives, she loves her community, but there's a lot of bad things that can go down where she lives because her mother unfortunately was shot and she dies, which is really horrible. And trigger warning for like guns and gun violence and just mentions of drugs and distribution of drugs and stuff like that. So it if you're sensitive to those things, be wary. But I do think that books like this are important to read, I feel like, because they discuss these things. But anyway, so after her mother dies, obviously it's really, really triggering for both her and her sister. But then Rue's absentee father shows up and takes her away. So her and her sister end up separated, and he takes her away. And for a whole year, she lives with him in this place where he comes from, which is this like magical island called Gizon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's spelled Gizon, so I'm just pronouncing it that way. If you've read this or if the audiobook or whatever pronounces it differently, let me know. But so anyway, so she lives there with him for like a full year, and obviously, like I said, this place is magical. So her father can do magic and she can do magic. See, the thing is, the people that live there and like do magic and stuff, it's not that they're born with magic, it's like they harness the magic. They harness the magic from onyx stones. They're like fused to their skin, so they harness it that way. And the place is run by this person called the Chancellor, and they're told basically that he's the one that gives them their magic, but like he's very sus. He's very sus. We're very suspicious about him. And I forgot to hydrate. My water bottle is sitting there staring at me like, girl, you never hydrated. So let's hydrate now. And make sure you stay well and hydrated in 2024. So anyway, so yes, we're very suspicious about the Chancellor, and for the entire year that Rue is there, she is miserable because she is basically the one and only Black person, apart from her father, that is, did I spill on my book? Classy. She is the one and only Black person that lives on this island, obviously apart from her father. And like so many people around, like, because like they're not white, well, I guess they look white, but they have like a grayish tinge to their skin. They have gray skin, like that's the best way I can explain it. They have like grayish skin, and she feels like a complete outsider. She's ostracized by basically everyone. And she's miserable, like I said. And then she does make one friend though. One friend, this girl called Bree, who is like a brainiac, and at first she didn't think she was going to make any friends, but then her and Bree start talking and they do become besties, and I do really like their friendship. I think their friendship is really sweet. So her and her friend, they sort of concoct this plan so that Rue can go home to see her sister. Like she doesn't like go up to her or anything, because it's like this unspoken, it's like this rule that like if you come from Gizon to the human world, you can't touch you can't touch a human It's kind of confusing as to why. It's just like their number one rule. You can't touch a human, I guess. Or for there is a reason, but I've forgotten the reason. But anyway, it's something really, really dumb. That's probably why I've forgotten. But anyway, so she sees her sister, she leaves her a birthday gift because it's her birthday, and she just wants to see her and make sure she's okay. And then she spots her with some suspicious looking people, and she gets worried that her sister may be getting involved with the wrong people. So she kind of breaks the rules in order to basically protect her sister, which honestly, as a big sister myself, I would do the same thing. And just, wow, this book, like this, it made me sad. It made me angry. It made me happy. I experienced all the emotions while reading this. And basically, it's just basically Rue, just like, because like she lives in this community where so much happens. There's gangs, obviously, like I said, you know, the gun violence and everything. And like they just sort of live in their own wee bubble while all this goes down. And like it's like no one cares. There's never any media covering any stories of any of the young Black people that are slain on the streets of this community. Like so many mothers have lost sons and daughters and, you know, brothers and sisters and everything, but like no one seems to really care. And like Rue is just like, well, if no one else is going to care, then I will. I'll care enough for everybody. And I'm like, yes, community. And like they're not just neighbors in the East Road. Like all the ladies are auntie, and everybody's in and out of each other's houses. Everybody looks out for each other, and I adored that. I love that so much. I love seeing that like we're not just neighbors, we're family, and like that, it warmed my heart. And so what other trigger warnings should I warn you about? Because there's quite a bit. I said guns, gun violence, mentions of drugs, mention of distributions of drugs, just death, really, in general. There's a car crash towards the start of the book. Whenever Rue goes back to see her sister, there's a car accident. And what else? Oh yeah, racism. That is a major one. I'm dumb. Why didn't I not mention that sooner? Yes. Lot of racism, a lot of like just microaggressions, you know, just towards Rue, and you know, like maybe like lighter skinned people that live in her community. And it's just wild. It is just wild. And if anything, I feel like there wasn't really, like there was the fantastical element to this book, but but it wasn't like the main focal point of it. The main focal point of it was Rue protecting her family and protecting her community and making sure that like everybody remembers. Like they're not just numbers. They're not just, you know, they're not just a name in a news report whenever you hear about it. Like they were people, you know, they were you know, like brother, sister, mother, father, auntie, uncle, you know, like, like, you know, just like people being taken, just right, like run by shootings happening all the time on her street. And it's just like people think they know, but they don't. And they think they understand, but they don't. And like, as a white person, I'm just like, I'll never understand. But trust and believe, I would gladly use my position of privilege and power to keep talking about it. So like, I need to read more books like this. Or just more books by Black authors in general. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Let me shut up before I run my mouth. But yeah, I love this. I thought this was amazing. I thought it was so well written. I loved Rue as a character. I thought she was super sassy. She was headstrong, but also like just like not afraid to be vulnerable. Like she was so strong all the time, but she was a person that was like not afraid to show her feelings, not afraid to be vulnerable, and just the love she had for her family and the love she had for her sister, and just all of it. I loved it. I thought it was great. So if you have not read this, you should. And I do believe there is a sequel to this. I do believe, is it a trilogy? I don't know. But yes, this gets a good solid 4 stars from me. High glowing 4 stars. I loved it. So yes, let me know if you've read this and what your thoughts are on it. Was there anything I missed? that you wish that I talked about, let me know. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. The algorithm hates book reviews, but if you give it a thumbs up, that would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you are new, ring the bell so you know when my next video comes out. I make videos every other Saturday and every Tuesday, so subscribe for all the content. And my socials are down below as always, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok, so follow me all on there. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.